start, I wanted to play a game of sorts.
Okay.
If Bathsheba had a modern-day online dating profile, what would she put on it?
Oh, gosh. What, like Match.com kind of thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Independent, career woman seeks
the
no
seeks
one.
part is hard.
That's the thing, exactly. She's not really looking for it at the start of her story.
Can you tell me a little bit about making this material appeal to a modern-day audience? Because there's something about it that felt a little more like natural and relaxed than most period piece dramas with a woman trying to find Mr. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the cool thing about the book is that, you know, this is a Victorian heroine who isn't starting her story looking for a husband. She's starting her story wanting to have her own life and to not be kind of anyone's possession. I think largely the way that the whole film feels is due to Thomas Winterberg directing and the perspective that he lends to it, and Charlotta, our DP. And he also had he was adamant that this shouldn't feel like a buttoned-up costume drama of people standing in dark rooms and whispering. So it, you know, had to feel like a fresh perspective, and so we were relaxed about a lot of things.
I liked seeing that in her wardrobe too, because it looked like she was wearing. They were beautiful pieces, but they still felt like something she could actually do work in.
Yeah, exactly. And I think she had to be first and foremost, you know, a farm owner, a land worker, and so that has to be reflected in her clothes. And then as she gets more involved in the storyline with Troy and she starts spending more money, you see the costumes change. But that they all feel like clothes as opposed to outfits, I think, is important.
Now, I'm a big animal lover, so I want to know what it was like working with the animals, because you do everything. I mean, you milk a cow, you ride horses. Is there anything that you did on set that you absolutely loved and would want to do again, or something that was just like, one-time thing, that's it?
I think the sheep dip was probably, by the end of the day, a one-time thing. It started off and we all thought it was really great, and then once you've put 100 sheep through a sheep dip, it's not quite so fun as it was at the start. The horse riding I loved, and I'd never really done much of it before, but we, you know, everyone got really into it. All of it was great fun, you know. It was so great to be outside for so much of a film, because usually you're sitting in dark rooms a lot.
You did shoot the whole thing on location, right?
Yeah, we shot the whole thing in Dorset, yeah. And for a month, we didn't go inside. Every day was outside. And then we started going inside a bit, in and out.
I can't tell if that's the greatest thing ever or just a scheduling nightmare.
I think it's a nightmare for lots of other people, but great for me. But I think for the direct, you know, every time it rained, when it was meant to be sunny and all of that stuff, that's, you know, but that's a sort of producer problem.
That's true. Now, you've been a part of your fair share of classic book-to-film adaptations. Is there anything about this experience in particular that made it a standout for you?
I think we just had a great team, we had a great cast, and we had, you know, a director leading it who had such a vision for what he wanted the film to be. And I've been wary, you know, you're always wary of adaptations. They're tricky territory, and especially when a film's been done so successfully before. But I think great classics lend themselves for reinterpretation, and I think it was sort of definitely Thomas was the person to be able to do that, and he, I think, did it so well.
Was everything you needed for the character in the book and the screenplay, or did you need to take any leeway for yourself in terms of coming up with character details, like backstory stuff, or what you like to do in your free time?
No, I mean, if that's the thing about that, you know, having a book like this is even more so than Gatsby, which I did a couple of years ago, which actually doesn't have as much for her character in the book, and so therefore I looked at lots of sort of Zelda Fitzgerald and Geneva King to sort of help round that out. But with this, the book is so rich and there's so much detail about the character, and he dives into her mind in these long narrative passages, and you really see what's going on inside of her head. So I felt like I had my Bible with me every day on set with that book.